them see I'm out here winning cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a kill, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my...
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They begin the drive with Williams. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw here. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
First down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, McMillan, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
On second down now, McMillan, a nice little juke, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. Away a big return on the opening kickoff.
And that's the way you're supposed to start a game. What a momentum grabber. Instead, some of that gets wiped away on that one.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now, this defense for the Eagles, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a And now a fumble. The ball's out. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1-yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next play.
And I love the play call right there. After you get the pass interference call, you've got a defense that's discombobulated a little bit, right? They're protesting the call, upset about what happened. Go right at them. Run the football, and the defense acquiesces, and the ball ends up in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll keep it on the ground. McMillan. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here we go. Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On 2nd down, McMillan, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, McMillan, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. mixing up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the 2nd half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Room here to run.
run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, McMillan. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jarnell Mooney, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
2nd and 9 now. That's complete to Troutman right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 13, Mike 13.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends from the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. It's Mixon on the counter. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw.
And that's into the hands of Gesicki.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And some room to work.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now they're going to get the timeout.
So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and there will be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as Washington has won it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all